again, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to play Mr. Perfectly Fine off of Taylor's version of the Fearless album. I wanted to give a quick shout out and thank you to my patrons for voting on this song as this month's patron picks. So if you want a little bit of voting power in the order that you see me teach all of Taylor's songs on this channel, make sure to check it out. I will link it down below. Here's a quick overview of everything I'll be covering in this tutorial today, and with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. Alright guys, so to play through this song, we are going to need to know 8 different chord shapes because there is that key change at the end. So let's go ahead and start with our first one, which is C major, which looks like this and sounds like this. And by the way, if you don't know how to read these chord charts you're seeing on screen, I do cover how to do that in my free beginner series right here on YouTube, so make sure to check that out right here. The next chord shape is our G add 4. We also have our A minor. Next is our F suspended 2 over C. And these are the 4 chords that Taylor uses so much when she plays live, so for more information about that, I would check out my beginner series as well. And then after the key change, we have another set of chords, so we also have our G major. We've got our D major. There's our B minor. And our A major. And those are the 8 chords you need to know to play through this song. Alright guys, so go ahead and pause the video and take as much time as you need to really memorize these chord shapes, as well as practice transitioning back and forth between them, because it'll make learning the rest of the song so much easier for you. These chord shapes are ones that Taylor uses a bunch, especially when she plays live, so if you need a little bit more help with transitioning between them faster, I do cover how to do that in my beginner series, as well as my Practice With Me series on my Forever Faithful channel, so I'll make sure all of that is linked in the description and in the corner here if you need it. But once you can play through these chords and you feel comfortable with those transitions, then we can go ahead and talk about strumming that I would recommend for this song. Alright guys, so as I always say, if you are brand new to playing guitar, or you're somebody who struggles with playing guitar while singing at the same time, the first thing I would suggest doing is to bring up the song and go ahead and go through the entire thing with just a single down strum on each chord change as you sing through the song. And you want to take this time to really get used to what word or what syllable you're on whenever those chords are changing. So here's a quick example of what I mean. Mr. Perfect Face, Mr. Here to Stay, Mr. looked me in the eye and told me you would never go away. Alright, so that's just a really quick example, but you would essentially want to do that for the entire song and just take a little mental note of what word or syllable you're on whenever you're changing those chords. And this is actually something you do right now if you check out my Patreon page. I do have this entire guide available to download and print out, so I'll make sure to leave that link in the description box. But once you're used to where those chords are going to be changing, then we can go ahead and add to this to make more of a full strumming pattern that you can use for this song. Alright guys, so for strumming for this song, I do have 2 different options for you, and we're going to start with the easier of the 2. So as you can see on screen, we have down, down, up, down, up. This is a Taylor Swift classic. She uses it so much, so it's a good idea to try to get used to this rhythm. But basically, we're counting it in an 8th note rhythm, and it's going to sound like this. We have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and down, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. All right, so what you would want to do is we're going to play this pattern through twice per chord for the entire song. So let's go ahead and start right here at the beginning in the first verse. We're starting on our C chord. You would play this pattern through twice. So we have C, down, down, up, twice. To your G add 4, same thing, down, down, up, down, up twice. Next is A minor, down, down, up, down, up twice. To our F sus2, down, down, up, down, up twice. Alright, so once you get this strumming pattern under your belt, you can actually apply it to play through the entire song if you wanted to. So we do need to speed it up just a little bit. So more at full tempo, it would sound like this. We've got C twice, G add 4 twice, down, down, up, down, up, down, up. And you can use this for the whole song. Mr. Perfect Face, Mr. Here to Stay, Mr. looked me in the eye and told me you would never go away. And if you're comfortable with this strumming pattern and this rhythm, you could use it for the entire song. So let's go ahead and go through some different parts. We've got our pre-chorus. The chord order is going to change here, okay? We've got a minor, twice, to F. We're still repeating the pattern twice for each of these chords. C, down, down, up, down, up, G. But that was when I got to know Mr. Change of Heart, Mr. Lazy all alone, and I fall apart. It takes everything in me just to get up each day, but it's wonderful to see that you're okay. What I like to do there is I'll do like a half pattern and then I'll just do a single down strum and pause so that you're kind of a cappella for the last part of that line. But it's wonderful to see that you're okay. And then into the chorus, you could use the strumming pattern there as well. Hello, Mr. Perfectly Fine. How's your heart after breaking my mind? Mr. Always at the right place at the right time, baby. There on the F to the G, you would switch down to just one strum pattern for each of those chords in the chorus. And then, like I said, you could use this for the rest of the song. The only place left would be the bridge. So on the bridge, same thing. We've got a minor, twice, to F, twice, C. So this will be just like the pre-chorus, okay? G. So dignified in your well-pressed suit, so strategized, all the eyes on you. Sashay away to your seat, it's the best seat in the best room. All right. And so, like I said, this strumming pattern is super versatile. You can use it for so many Taylor Swift songs, and this one is included. So if you wanted to, you could keep it there and just play this strumming pattern as is for the entire song. But the second strumming pattern I wanted to show you guys is a little bit more close to what you hear in the album version. So let's go ahead and talk about strumming pattern 2. All right, guys, so for the second strumming pattern, as you can see, it's just all down strums. This is another one that Taylor uses quite a bit. So it's gonna be still in an eighth note count. We've got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and down, 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 down. It is going to go a little, or it's going to feel a little fast because this song does move kind of quickly. But basically what you would do with this strumming pattern is just like the first one, you're going to repeat the pattern twice per chord for most of the song. So again, starting here at the very beginning, we're starting on our C chord. You would have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and to G, to A minor, you might hear when you do all down strums like that without any kind of breaks in it, it does kind of start to sound a little muddled and kind of all together. So something that you can do that Taylor does a lot is we can add some accents. So what I'm doing when I'm accenting a strum is I'm basically giving it a little bit extra emphasis. So I'm going to turn some of these arrows green, and these are going to be the ones I want you to accent or strum just a little bit louder than the rest. So we have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, another way you can think about it is for the accented or green arrows, we're going to strum all the strings. And then for the purple or regular arrows, you can kind of just concentrate smaller strums on just like the middle strings. Okay, so we have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, and then the other technique that Taylor will use sometimes is a palm mute. So what I'm doing with the palm mute is I'm going to take the side of my strumming hand that has my pick in it, and I'm going to take the side of it here and just kind of gently lay it on the strings over where my bridge of my guitar is. And if you kind of rest it there, it's got to be pretty far back, okay? Once you like kind of rest it there and then play this pattern, you can hear that it's not ringing out as much, and that's actually great. That's what we want to do because we're going to let the vocals stand out. So if you apply the accents while also doing a palm mute, it's going to give kind of a drummy rhythmic sound. All right, and that's going to mimic how the song goes as well as how Taylor plays it live. So we've got C, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and twice, to G. Still doing the accents, and I'm still doing a palm mute as well. actually still going a little bit below tempo, so the actual song is going to feel a little faster than this as well. So just make sure to kind of speed that up before you play it. But if you wanted to, you could use this strumming pattern for the entire song as well. So that was an example of the verse. You could carry this into the pre-chorus as well. But that was when I got to know Mr. Change of Heart, Mr. Lazy all alone, and I fall apart. It takes everything in me just to get up each day, but it's wonderful to see that you're okay. And then an example of the chorus with this strumming pattern, the only thing I would do differently is I would take the palm mute out, okay? Hello, Mr. Perfectly Fine. How's your heart after breaking mine? Mr. Always at the right place at the right time, baby. And again, that F to G at the end of that line, we're gonna just do one pattern for each of those chords, okay? Like I said, these strummings are totally optional. You can pick either one or both. What I like to do to mimic Taylor and how she plays live is I will do multiple strumming patterns within a song. So my suggestion for this song would be to do this second strumming pattern with all down strums throughout all of the verses and the pre-choruses. And then when you get to the chorus, I would switch back to that first strumming pattern that we went over, because it kind of rings out a lot more and it just makes the whole song sound a lot like kind of louder, which is really great for the chorus part. And then at the very end of this song, we do have a key change there, so we're going to use a whole different set of chord shapes, but keep in mind that the strumming patterns that I just taught you will apply for the end too. We're just using different chords, okay? Now really quick, there is one thing I wanted to kind of suggest as an option to you guys. This entire part is totally optional, but I do think it sounds really fun. In the chorus, wherever we go at the right time, baby, we're going from our F to our G. Something I like to do there is I will experiment with my strumming rhythm, and I like to do, like, I kind of like to mimic the guitar part to the vocal part. Mr. Always at the right place at the right time, baby. So what I'm doing there is for the F and the G chord, I'm abandoning both of the strumming patterns I just taught you, and I'm kind of mimicking more of the rhythm of the drum set there. So on time, on F, I'm going down, down, and then on G, I'm going down, up, down, down, up. And that's just something that naturally came to me to kind of mimic the rhythm there. But what I want you to do here is kind of experiment with your own pattern. This is something that you can do to kind of make your own kind of cover a little bit more unique. And in order to understand how you can do this, you do need to understand a little bit about the basics of counting rhythms. And that is something that I teach in detail in my Taylor Swift beginner course here on YouTube. So I'll make sure to link that in the corner. But basically, if you want to copy what I'm doing there, on F, I'm going down, down. Then on G at 4, I'm going down, up, down, down, up. So it's kind of like a combo of some of the other strumming patterns. Mr. Always at the right place at the right time, baby. All right. So yeah, this whole section is totally optional, but that's just what I will be doing in my cover here at the end. All right, guys, so again, go ahead and pause the video and take as much time as you need to get both of these strumming rhythms under your belt. Like I said, both of them are ones that are super common that Taylor uses a lot. So if you need help with kind of getting the rhythm down and speeding it up and stuff like that, I do have both of these covered in my Practice With Me strumming series on my Forever Faithful channel. So I'll leave that link in the corner if you're interested in speeding it up with me in real time. But once you have the strumming rhythm and the techniques and the chords and transitions and everything under your belt, then we can go ahead and put all of that together to play through the song. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, ready, go. fun jamming out to the rest of the song with me? Then make sure to check out my Patreon page where you can unlock access to this as well as all my other Swiftie sing-along guitar tutorials. I've covered so many of her songs from all the different eras and albums, so if you're a Swiftie who loves to play her songs on the guitar, I would definitely recommend checking it out. I will link it in the description box down below. If you enjoyed learning this song with me, then you should definitely check out this video. Not only does it have a super similar vibe and feel, but it's just as fun and easy to play, so I'll see you over there.